Hello, room temperature water drinking friends. So, baby dolls, today we're going to look at Pulse Chain and PulseX and their sacrifice raise amounts, not including the OA, because I want to see how big were we? Were we overbloated? Did too many people enter? And why this is important is it's a good metric. See, I've never seen anybody do this. So I went and did this. It's the first thing I thought of. I wanted to know, when I saw, so what you're looking at right now is one of the moon maths, right, by the Money Gang. Shout out to the Money Gang Crypto. Look at these boys. I love it. You get to see what other coins did, how much they pumped, the return, what $1,000 would have turned into, and we can compare each project. And of course, you've got Ethereum on here, but I want to know, how far can Pulse and PulseX do? Are we too big? Where are we? And I was very surprised. Without even massaging any numbers, we're pretty small. I like that. Now, there's no guarantee. Okay, Ethereum did 15,500x, and it took 8-9 years. So there's a lot of things to think about here. Even if you look at something poopy like Polkadot, let's look at Polkadot before I go through my tweets. Polkadot is the lowest number here, 189x from the ICO. Now the good thing is I have done my own research on Polkadot already in my tweets and my YouTube videos for you. So I've actually shown that Polkadot from its ICO did this amount. But if you go back to 2021, we were around, no one used the Polkadot chain. Nobody. This 189x was purely based off retailers getting grifted by the VCs and their scum marketing who got into the ICOs. All of it. This whole move. I had a bullet in this. It went 189x for the entry level scum. No one used Polkadot chain. I use Polkadot chain. It's absolutely atrocious. You got to install some weird wallet. You got to do a clicky. You got to select different servers and different chains. It's like 30 things to choose from. Things don't work if you don't know what you're doing. Like, it all works if you do know what you're doing. But it's just weird. It's just not MetaMask, man. It's not, give me a clicky button. So, if it was able to do this, I would say this is the floor. Polkadot just had its name everywhere. And there were all these launches. And it was a big fat poopy. So, I'm going to give it, that's right, I'm going to give it a poopy emoji right here. Polkadot was a poopy emoji. And it still did 189x for those people who got in. Now, Avalanche was being used. That's the interesting thing. Avalanche, everybody was using it just because it did, it took advantage of Ethereum's high gas fees. People wanted an alternative layer 1. They wanted to move off from Binance chain. Because the people, they want to feel like they're early. They want to get into something that's moving. And then they, Avalanche did one of the money market funds, I think with Aave, did some deal, some season. People went in. And look, I was saying from day one, the snow season theme never takes over the world, ever. You go play any game, you go watch any movie, all of our favorite movies, all of the best games, none of them end in the snow. Very rarely do they do. Most of the games and movies, they don't end in the snow. Maybe there's a volcano, there's something to do with the cosmic universe, but they never end in the snow. That's it. You never take over the world being a snow theme. You're cute. I love snowmans too. But you never take over the world. And look, they still did 289x. Polkadot, 189x. Pretty much pump and dumped for Polkadot. That's kind of amazing. Maybe that's the floor. That's the floor. So, now that we've gone through these, because I removed some, okay? So, because you're going to see some missing, it's not because I want to avoid them. I just want you to know that in my tweet. So, what I did was, I went to the ICO raise amount for each coin, and I just went through their point in time, and I Googled, hey, when was this ICO done? When did they raise the money? And I wanted to know, relative to the entire crypto market size, was it small or big? And obviously, you want a smaller number. Because if you think you're great and no one knows about you yet, you have so much upside. You're going to kill it. only if you're really great, right? So this is the beautiful thing. So look, I know everyone's going to anchor on BNB 5200X and ETH 15,500X. We can't control that. The future's going to happen. We have absolutely no idea what's going to happen. But, I mean, if something trash like Polkadot can do 189X, come on. And no one was even using the chain, you know? So, we're going to go to the juice now. The juice is, I actually compared everything. I got the actual sizes. And I put it on the chart here. So, look, you know, was Pulse Chain and PulseX sacrifice too big for the crypto market? Here I did my research. So, obviously, I've removed the origin address from this. The origin address is like 85 to 90%. Now, I could have left it in there, but that's not going to help you. Because if I left it in there, and what's my conclusion going to be? It's going to be, oh, well, Pulse Chain and PulseX are like way too big based off market cap, right? That's tongue-in-cheek. Therefore, you should just sell it on the open for a 2x. I could have done that when I first tweeted about Hex, like back in 2020, 2021, at the beginning when Hex was half a cent. I could have easily said, yeah, the market cap's big, whatever, just sell it easily, but you would have missed out. So you're here to find edge. If everyone thinks that the market cap matters and it's big, that's good, because they're going to get out for 2, 3, 4, 5x. You're going to be holding, and they're going to completely regret it. That's the important part. So I've done my research here for you. So we're gonna see that they weren't bloated. Pulse Chain and PulseX was not bloated. I only have BNB and Ethereum and Cardano here. So I have the picture here. You could zoom in, right? So the biggest was actually Cardano. Cardano was 60 million, and relative to its size in the market cap of the whole crypto, that was huge. It was 0.6% of total crypto. 0.6. This was huge. We're gonna find out EOS was 1.11%. So when Cardano was done, like, you know, I think starting in 2015, it was actually quite big, which is quite amazing. But I'm not surprised now that I think about it, because I think Charles is a very good speaker. I could see him getting some real good big professional money. I could see that happening back then, right? So Ethereum was 0.3%, so half the size of Cardano. And then BNB was actually half the size of our Pulse Chain and PulseX. BNB was tiny. BNB is you got to pay respects, man. BNB is an absolute monster. But I think most of the days are done. Binance already took over the world. They're number one. They can only come down now. So it's great. BNB's, you know, it's got some strength. But are you in here just to play momentum and get strength? Or are you in here to find deep valued baby doll friendship crypto that you can actually ride to the freaking moon? Because you want to get that switch from hate to neutral to like to love. So Pulse Chain, right? Pulse Chain was only 0.042% of total crypto, because we were done after everything collapsed. And then PulseX was 0.049%. So it's around the same, you know, of the total crypto market size, just a bit more. So I was very surprised when I saw this, because all of us, we are under the assumption that PulseX had like a lot of like retailer money, because people missed out on Pulse Chain and they wanted to get in. That's what I'm hearing. But now that I've seen these numbers, I'm thinking, wait a minute, they were actually in line. It wasn't. There's not an excess number of retailers. Now, think about this. Because the crypto market grew. If I remember the specific numbers, Ethereum was about $1,800 for Pulse Chain here. And then it was like 3,200 up here for PulseX. So the whole crypto industry grew, and you raise more money for PulseX. Isn't that fantastic to know? Luckily, you have a friend who doesn't charge you any money to tell you this information. Isn't that great? So that double tick, we're right on track. Obviously, we don't know if we're gonna get. Are we gonna get a 100x or a 15,000x? Who knows, man? What happens in the next 10 years? So, I actually compared the multiples in another tweet for you. So comparing the sacrifices. So look at this. We're gonna read through this together. Ethereum was 6 times bigger than Pulse and PulseX. 6 times bigger. And Ethereum pumped 15,500x. Now, Ethereum made the standard, man. So I don't want to anchor on it because it made EVM. It is crypto now. Even though Bitcoin was crypto for the first 10 years, like Ethereum is everything we know now. It might not be the coin that we all know, but look how everything's going. Smart contracts, they built upon the blockchain from Bitcoin days, and now look where it's going. So maybe this anchor's too big. I don't know, but it's such a large number that we shouldn't care too much, right? So Cardano was 12 times bigger, even bigger than Ethereum. And it still pumped 1,280x. Now, a lot of people are going to anchor on Cardano because it's very easy to anchor on Cardano. Cardano doesn't have many users compared to Ethereum. So the real number is Ethereum has 100 million wallets, 110 million wallets, but they're just wallets, okay? We estimate about 12 million is unique people. However, 450,000 are the daily active users. We write DAU, 450,000. You might say, wow, I bet that was like 5 million people in the bull market. Hold your horses and straighten your back. It was only 850,000 in the bull market. I thought it would have been multiple millions every day as well. It actually wasn't. I went and checked the data. I was very surprised. I was like, whoa, we pumped that much with only 850,000 people using Ethereum every day? What the hell? It felt like there were like 10 million, right? Isn't that crazy? Kind of tells you how, like, Ethereum's, man, transactions, they're capped, friends. They're capped. So, what about Cardano? Cardano has about 50,000 now. In the peak of the bull market, it went to like 100,000, I think, very momentarily. Now it's got about 50,000. Very interesting, right? It's 1/9 of the size of Ethereum. This is Cardano. So I'll write here ADA, and this is ETH. So why I'm looking at these numbers, friends, is Hex has 150,000 miners or stakers, whatever word you want to use. 150,000. Look, if just 1/3 of them use the chain frequently, man, we're making a lot of noise, man. We are making a lot of noise. We're going to change this to red. A lot of noise. If Cardano went from 50 to 100,000 and it was able to do this price pump of 1,280x, right, over 2 cycles, man, that's crazy. You know, in the very first cycle, literally no one knew what EVM was. No one knew what MetaMask was. Nobody was using Cardano. It did 420x from its ICO to the 2017 top. 420x off nothing. But it was 2017 and, the mania. So, isn't this nuts? So, we're going to have 150,000 for Pulse Chain. So, let's write this down. 150,000, I think. Because there's 150,000 Hex users, we know that the Hex community is extremely energized and they're easy to be mobilized. So, and obviously, I haven't even talked about the elephant in the room, which is going to be the world's biggest airdrop and literally handing out free money to everyone. We haven't even included any of them. I'm just doing the worst case. I'm assuming, all of them are going to be like tourists. They're going to come in, sell their free money, play for 2 seconds, and then just leave. So even if you just don't even include them, we are such a huge advantage. Huge. So comparing these sizes, man, Pulse Chain and PulseX, we're right on track. Right on track. BNB is another unicorn. BNB was 50% smaller than Pulse Chain and PulseX, and it still pumped 5,200x. So it's possible. It's possible. In this other picture and chart, we saw like Solana, you had Polkadot, Avalanche. Look, I mean, I'll put the numbers so low. Just look, I want you to know, I put the numbers low in my fair value estimates because I don't want you to think, oh, I've got $1,000 in Pulse Chain, I don't need to do anything. I don't want you to behave like that. I don't want you to think, oh yeah, I've got like, $800 in PulseX, woohoo, 10,000x. Absolutely wrong mentality. Wrong. You should be saying, hey, this is deep value. I think there's a greater than 50-50 chance we're going to be right about this. Therefore, I should allocate a bigger weight of my wage of the year or my savings or my crypto portfolio, all of that. Tick, 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 all of them. You should be allocating more. You're getting conviction. You know more information than the average person. You understand the community because you watch my videos. You understand that the community is mobilized. I just gave you the numbers here. Ethereum has 450,000. Look at this. Ethereum has 450,000 daily active users. Cardano has 50K. And Hex has 150K stakers for Hex. So if you think, hey man, I think a good portion of these are going to be mobilized and moved, well, maybe you should consider adding bullets to Hex if you want to participate in the upside, because you don't know when Pulse Chain and PulseX is going to launch. What if Bitcoin and Ethereum are flying to the moon? No one wants to sell anymore. A lot of people talk big to me. They go, oh yeah, I'm going to sell my Pulse Chain for minus 80% below sacrifice price. I'll say, shut up. You have the most slanted back I've ever seen on a Saturday. So please calm down. Everyone says they're going to sell. You know why? Because the red candle's there. It's a red monthly candle. That's why they're saying they want to sell. As soon as we turn January, February, March, we get a 3-month green candle quarterly print for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now suddenly no one wants to sell. That's just how it is. No one's going to sell their winning ticket after it's going up. It takes a lot of balls for someone like me to actually tell you this, because what's all the other influencers talking about? They're all saying, oh yeah, we're going down, Wells Fargo, oh no, security. That's all they're saying. They don't care, right? They're reading the crowd. Their job is to read the crowd and join them. My job is to read the crowd and fade them. Do the opposite. I'm here to actually win. It's a completely different mentality, okay? So, what about a bloated ICO? So I just told you, Pulse Chain and PulseX, we are right within the realm of possibilities to crank. And yes, my low numbers are low because I don't want you to sit with like $300, $500 to $1,000 and think you're going to kill it. Okay, I like a hunt. By the way, low numbers, if you're listening, low numbers is Pulse Chain 100x and PulseX is 50x. So yes, I understand 100 times your money and 50 times your money are the lowest of low expectations out there. I understand that, but I'm doing that to help you. I really am. Look, even 10 grand in a combined of those, if you get 100x, man, you made $1 million. 10 grand. Come on. So look at this. EOS. EOS was very bloated. EOS was the most bloated I think we'll ever see. So EOS raised an enormous $4.4 billion back in 2017. And I went and I did the numbers. Look at this. EOS was very bloated ICO during the 2017 crypto bull market. It started in June 2017. And it continued. So it didn't stop there. It continued. People kept putting in money. So I'm going to read this. Using the rough average total market cap, EOS raised $4 billion out of $360 billion of the total crypto market. So that's just the average in the middle. It was roughly 1.11% of the entire crypto market. Enormous. Oh my God. Absolutely enormous. So it's no surprise when I show you the EOS chart. We're going to have a look at it here. And this is the EOS chart, and obviously these are monthlies, and woohoo, we pump to the moon, 60x, and then we just go nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Remember, this is a monthly. So since the top, I mean, you're down 90%, 5.5 years. Wow. You know what's sad, friends, is this is actually what XRP is. This actually hurts to see, to be honest. Wow. Like, I hope, friends, you got to be careful out there, man. You really got to be careful. Like, at first, I thought the difference between me and other people was I'm going to make heaps of money and other people are just going to make average money. But now that I'm seeing this information, I'm winning heaps and other people are going to lose. Unfortunately, look what's happening here, man. Like, you have XRP down, what, 88%? It's literally EOS. It's literally EOS. Oh my God. It's just, you really got to get this. If you don't do this right, you're finished. So EOS was bloated. It raised $4 billion. It was 1.11% of the entire crypto market cap. So 1.11% of the entire crypto market cap just means, this is what it translates to me. It means, hey, everybody that could have or would have or considered buying this coin has bought this coin. Everyone. They're all in already. There's no one new left. There's no late majority anymore. So you remember that bell curve of adoption? You go, woo, bell curve of adoption. You have Roger Verhey, 1% innovator. Then you have the 2013 to 2015 people. Then you have, the early majority, which is 2021 people. You're actually here, even though everybody told you you're an innovator, right? Michael Saylor was about here. 2021 people are now late majority, about here. And then the laggards and skeptics. So when you raise such a big amount for EOS, you get, this is the sad part, because you went on for so long and everyone knew about you, you got early adopters, early majority, and then even the late majority. You literally got no one left. There's no one left to buy. It's over. They're not branding out their name. They're not branching out anything. So that's why it's really important to get in early. But also, you have to use some metrics. Luckily, I'm out here as a valuable resource for you to point you in the right direction, because not all these coins are made equal. Not all communities are made equal. Just like how we know, not all religions are made equal. Some religions, very small, they're in some villages, in some towns, in Siberia. Other religions talk over the world. You see, there's differences. Not here to judge. Left, right, up, down, duck, goat, it doesn't matter. We're just here to see, can we allocate our capital efficiently and win the game? Because it's a game. So, the good part about this is the game seems to be in our favor if you sacrifice. If you have not sacrificed, you only have two options. One, you have to gamble that Pulse Chain and PulseX get crushed from their launch. You have to gamble on that. I don't like gambling on that because I know how the willingness of everybody to sell Pulse Chain and PulseX is very low. I know that, especially if Hex is going up. So you have to now play this gamble game of, well, you have to buy Hex. Where do you want to buy it? I don't know. Do you want to wait for this? What if you don't get it? What if it just keeps going up to the launch? It's a hard game. It's a hard game. By the way, you're not that late. Like, you're still on a linear chart. You're not that bad. But this is the game you have to play now. There is no right answer. Wait for dips or get in. It's completely up to you. I would personally, you just ask me, you put a water pistol to my head, I will DCA buy anything under 10 cents. No questions asked. Just hit market. Weekly, daily, hit everything now. I don't care. Anything under 10 cents. That's me. And I would get in now. I wouldn't hope that with cheaper by the Pulse Chain launch. But I could be wrong. That's on you and you've got to decide. But at least you now know, hey, Pulse Chain and PulseX, it would be pretty good to try swap something in the first 24 hours if one of them goes too cheap. Until next time, friends, you tell your mum you love her, and I'll be seeing you around.